Today, we come together to celebrate a remarkable journey of faith, dedication, and love. For 30 years, Pastor Cofield has not only been a guiding light for our church, but also a pillar of strength and support for his family and friends. From delivering heartfelt sermons to providing personal counsel, Pastor Cofield has been a source of solace and encouragement to many. Pastor Cofield's unwavering commitment to the ministry has touched countless lives and fostered a community built on faith, compassion, and mutual respect. His messages have inspired hope, his actions have demonstrated the power of love, and his leadership has united us in our spiritual journey. Yet his greatest legacy extends beyond the pulpit, as evidenced by the lives of those who love and know him best. As a loving husband, devoted father, cherished grandfather, and steadfast friend, Pastor Cofield has nurtured a family rooted in love. His home is a sanctuary of warmth and understanding, where everyone feels valued and heard. His kindness, wisdom, and enduring spirit have left an indelible mark on everyone he meets and extends far beyond his immediate circle. Friends and family alike have been uplifted by his generous heart and unwavering support. Whether through words of encouragement during difficult times or celebrating joys and milestones, Pastor Cofield's presence has been a consistent source of strength and comfort. His ability to balance the demands of his ministry with the needs of his loved ones is a testament to his extraordinary character and boundless compassion. As we reflect on these 3 decades of service, we recognize the countless sacrifices Pastor Cofield has made to ensure the well-being of his congregation and family. His dedication is not just seen in grand gestures, but in the everyday moments of care and concern that define his pastoral and personal relationships.
My name is Olivia Stedman, and Pastor Cofield's my godfather. It was my senior year of high school, and I was getting ready for prom. And during that time, I was, getting ready for my plans, what I'm going to do with me and my date. And he called me, and so he asked me, and I told him. He was very upset. He was like, "What are you doing? You're going to be going downtown. It's dangerous. I could take you to prom." I was like, "No, you're not taking me to prom." So I was pretty upset, and I was like, "Who do you think you are? You're not my father." But I didn't say that to him. I kind of just thought it to myself. Needless to say, I did not do what I planned on doing for prom. I did do what he wanted me to do. But afterwards, he did take me out. Looking back, I now know that he only did that because he truly cared about me and my safety. He didn't want me roaming the streets at like 12 o'clock at night at 17 years old. It just shows that he truly cares for me, not only me, but my family as well, my mom, my sister. And that just shows the type of person he is.
So I'm going to break a few rules here. One, Pastor, 30 years in any job, congratulations to you. When I think about you, I think about the word compersion. It's a word that I expressed to my mom a few years ago, a word that's opposite of jealous, a word that you rarely hear because you rarely meet few people that actually enjoy seeing other people happy. You are a person that really enjoys seeing people happy. You are the most compersive person I know. You go out your way to ensure that not only the church family is happy, my family is happy, my wife is happy, my kids are happy. You go out your way just to ensure that we are all happy and we are all in a good space. Pastor, I appreciate everything that you do, from mentoring me in education, from mentoring me as a son to mentoring me as a husband. It just doesn't stop. Your joy just truly doesn't stop. Thank you, Pastor. Happy 30th anniversary. Again, wish you another 30th. Again, it's a long time. You've done your due diligence. But happy 30th anniversary, Pastor.
Pastor a little while ago told me that he and my dad had a conversation just about me being out here. So I'm a big daddy's girl. If I can't get to my daughter at some point, I need you to be there, to take care of her, make sure she's okay. And so me and Pastor would joke around, and he's always like, don't make a lie out of me. I promised your daddy this. Don't make a lie out of me. My dad calls my mother-in-law, who is Mrs. Cofield, and he's like, I need somebody to go over there and, check on my baby. I don't know what state she's in. I don't know if she's breathing over there. I'm really concerned, about her health. So I'm in the bed at this point. My kids are at school, and Tori comes, I'm asleep, and I open my eyes. She's sitting on the side of the bed. And she's like, "Hey, your temperature's really high. He needs to go you know, you probably need to go to the hospital. And in true Tierra form, I was like, no, I'm not going, I'm fine. You know, I'll sleep for a couple days and I'll wake up, I'll be fine. I had to go get the huge man. So, and his voice carries, I don't have the hugest house. So he said, all right, Tierra, we finna get up, we finna go. We finna go now. And he did it and just turned around and walked off. He didn't wait to hear my answer, anything like that. He just left. And so I got up and I just looked and got dressed. I'm grateful that my daddy made the call. I'm grateful that he, with all the things that he had going on, with all the people that rely on him and that count on him and all the hats he wears, he stopped it all and dropped everything to come and make sure little old Tierra would live. I'm just happy that I get to call him a father and that he is, you know, always there. He always shows up. He's shown up for me on multiple occasions, and I promise I won't make a lie out of you. We love you.
I've always felt like he's encouraged me to shine my light. And I have been encouraged by him not just to wear like amazing outfits. I told him I was going to wear more colors and more things and be more outrageous so that everyone feels welcome at the church. And his response was, okay. I told him that I'd written my first book. He invited me on his radio show, and he had actually read the book, asked me thought-provoking questions, and was very open to hear my perspective of how yoga allowed me to really believe in God again. I remember just feeling so encouraged because after all his years of studying the word and being a pastor for so many people, that he felt it valuable enough for me to share something that truly changed my life and allowed me to be who I am at an even higher level to this day. Anything that I've ever come up with, any vision that I've ever had in my head, always saying, you can do it, rooting me on, asking how he can support. And I have truly felt so infinitely fortunate for being connected to you, for knowing you, being inspired by you, and being able to call you my bonus father.
I've had 40 years of favorite memories. I can think of a few. Of course, making sure my hair was always straight, fried bologna sandwiches, watching Star Trek, attending our football games, supporting us in all of our endeavors, my brothers and myself. Probably most recently, actually, coming to my birthday party when I was working with a few entertainment celebrities. Dad, thank you so much for showing your dedication, perseverance, and commitment, not only to God, but to the church and the community, being a wonderful example to us as your children, and all of the wonderful things that you have done to continue to grow and be a pillar in the Third Ward community. I love you so much. Thank you. And thank you for always supporting us. Happy anniversary, Dad. I can't believe it's 30 years. Like, yikes. I feel old. I kind of had a chip on my shoulder a little bit because I had to share my dad all the time. But it's all good. Happy anniversary, Dad.
My name is Marcus Cofield, and that's my twin brother. I remember being a kid when we were in Garland, and my mom went out of town, and it was one of the first times that us as kids, we are spending time with Dad, trying to see what we were gonna do. And at that time, Blockbuster was still open, and so we went to Blockbuster and we got Roger Rabbit, and went to the store and we got some strawberry milk, Nesquik. Never forget it because it was really a good time and a good quality time with all of us together. And then another time, which is still kind of instilled in me today, was the 91 NBA Finals with the Bulls and the Lakers. And me and my dad watched every game, every single game. Always was sports oriented, and obviously he used to play basketball, was really good. So it allowed us to kind of bond on something else. I always appreciate that and remember that, because that's something that I still like to do, even though I'm older now, but it's still something I like to do and like to watch today. And he took me to my first game and all those kind of things. I appreciate it. And I would like to thank you, Dad, for everything, for bringing us here, for always being a hard worker. And to that, back then when we were kids, I know you used to work 3 or 4 jobs. You used to always work. And a lot of times as a kid, we don't understand what it takes. And so I just appreciate the hard work that you put in to try to provide us the best life that you could, because everything, I know there's no parental handbook, and also things kind of come in life that are unexpected. And so I really want to say thank you. I want to tell you that I'm proud of you. Your vision for putting a lot of things together, because I remember when there was Cashaw Hall in the Jones building and we had breakfast, the ladies would make the breakfast, or we had, the men's breakfast. Everything, to see the progress over these 30 years is monumental. And I don't know if even you knew that you would be able to pull this off, but you did a great job. You've helped a lot of people. I currently work for FEMA now, and initially my whole goal was I volunteered and I wanted to help people. So even now you taught me a lot of that. And so serving people, helping people is instilled in me. And I just want to thank you for everything that you've done and everything that you put effort into for us, but as well as the church family.
Probably one of my favorite memories that's tied in with the church, and I almost argue our 30th anniversary, because I've been here since the beginning. I want to say it was 2016. My dad and I, after a random night talking, booked flights to India, and we were in Chennai, and we were at the hotel, and little did we know that a cyclone, Barda, was en route. And so we were effectively kind of locked in our hotel rooms in the middle of a Category 3 hurricane here. And it was just interesting just to spend time with him. Obviously very intimate settings when you're in a hotel room, and just learn more about each other, see some more just about what he thinks about, what I think about, what I find interesting, the books he was reading, what I was reading. And this is all before I was heading off to law school. Today, people probably see me more as a calm-ish person, and a lot of things don't really faze me. But when I was younger, I actually had a little bit of a hothead streak. And I'll never forget, we were at a bowling tournament, and my family used to be big bowlers. And my dad kind of pulled me aside, and I know he's given lots of wisdom and advice, but this happened to be one of those things that stuck. He told me that a man can live without anything but his head. Like, you have to keep cool, you have to keep it calm. And I think that's one of those things that I've tried to imply every once in a while. I slip up, of course, but throughout my life, that's kind of changed a little bit of my trajectory, and really looking forward to seeing my dad have that same type of impact on my son, and just seeing my dad develop into this grandfather. Of course, he has a whole slew now, but knowing this man for the first 30 some odd years, not being a grandfather, and now seeing him, obviously a big person, big personality, loud moving voice, which I always joke with people, you can imagine trying to win an argument against him, being so gentle and caring with grandchildren. It's amazing seeing him come up to Wichita Falls during the pandemic with Miss Tori for my first Father's Day. And it was just a couple of weeks. The little man was real small, but it was just kind of cool to see, obviously, my son wearing his chilling with my Pop shirt. And I always call my dad Pop. And so growing up throughout our entire lives, I feel like we've always had people staying with us. And whether they were in need, whether it was somebody, that was kind of a developing pastor that needed to stay with us, or a family friend or relative. And it really encouraged and instilled in me this sense and importance of having an open heart, a willingness to help others, and being comfortable with community.
My favorite memory of Poppy is when he helped me prepare for cheer tryouts a week before. He helped me be more loud. He was spotting me on the flip. What is our favorite memory of Poppy? Gave me a Spider-Man plushie. I felt mad when he fell down the stairs, so I wanted y'all to move. He makes people's day a lot. He makes people happy a lot. He's a very selfless person. He helps people a lot. He puts us first before him.
We're Pastor's first couple that he married here at Good Hope.
Right. So when he celebrates his 30 years, we're celebrating our 30 years as well.
And so a fun fact is that there's no way I could ever forget our anniversary because we always start celebrating Pastor's anniversary before our anniversary. So that's one fun fact for us.
Another fun fact for me, I was once the lead servant for the children's ministry, and I always asked some of the dads to step in and dance with some of the girls, and he would always dance with his niece. And one time he danced. I never knew my pastor could dance like that. He can dance with the Temptations as smooth as he was. Congratulations, Pastor, on your pastoralship for 30 years, which is a long, long time. We're so proud of you. Keep doing what you do.
Thank you again for being my pastor. Thank you for being a great leader. Thank you for 30 years, and we look forward to 30 more years.
And thank you for being a friend. We love you.
We love you.
Of all the memories that I have out of Pastor Cofield and I and Stanley spending time together, is when he and Tori would come to our home. And I know that he doesn't really like to come to people's parties and celebrations because he thinks he make other people feel uncomfortable. He is our friend. He's our pastor. He's our caregiver in our times of need when we need things in prayer. But you know, we just call him Doc because he's just like a brother to us. He's just a great, genuine, all-around guy.
Hey, brother, I'm proud of you, your growth, your knowledge, and where God's taking you. I'm always there for you, for whatever.
I met Pastor Cofield some 20 years ago, but it was a point where I know that our relationship changed. It was when his mom became ill. I noticed that he and I started drawing in closer and talking. Our relationship enhanced further when my wife became ill. He and I bond just really tightened. And we thought of each other from that point forward as being brothers. He is my brother from another mother, and I am his brother from another mother. As our friendship deepened, we realized that we have a real joy of fishing and have been fishing in numerous places across the world. Dr. Cofield, I will say first and foremost, I appreciate your friendship. I don't know if I've ever said it in a way that you have the ability to grasp how much it means to me that you're a friend. But when I tell you that you were literally my backbone during my wife's crisis, I can't explain in enough words how important that was to me. Your leadership of this church, your vision for its growth, your guidance, and your ability to lead Good Hope Missionary Baptist Church as its sixth pastor has been tremendous. And I don't think you're even close to reaching the pinnacle of success that this church will have under your leadership.
One of my favorite memories of Pastor Cofield is just remembering his passion and love for students and love for education, and his bringing Hope Academy to Good Hope Missionary Baptist Church. And it was a pleasure to see my husband work in partnership with him. And I just remember the absolute joy that both of them had in working with what they lovingly called our industrial strength students. And it just brings back just a flood of memories with how lives were actually saved. Students came to Christ. And for many students, they were the first in their family to even graduate from high school. Well, I just want to encourage Pastor Cofield to continue teaching and preaching. That's what actually brought me and Deacon Sunshine to Good Hope.
Pastor Cofield, and not only is our friend, but he also travels with us with Heavenly Match. And he makes things exciting and fun, and he likes to shop. And that's the good part about it. You know, we go shopping with him, and we just love him. I can't see people come and go, but like I tell him, I'm not going anywhere. And he grows you, you know. He tells you if you don't want to grow, you can lead a church. I never heard of anything such. So you know you don't want to lead a church. You want to do everything that you can, and then I'm growing in Christ.
We were about to take a trip to South Africa. And this is a leisure trip. And he came to me and said,
I want to take supplies to a school in South Africa. And I looked at Doc. I didn't say anything, but I was thinking, Doc, this group is a leisure group. They're just going on vacation. But I said, well, if Doc says so, let me try to get it done. And what happened was we ended up taking over 1,000 pounds of supplies to South Africa. And my surprise was something I was apprehensive about ended up where 100% of the travelers participated. Pastor Cofield, congratulations on 30 years of blessing this church, this community, this world. I pray that you have 30 more years and keep on doing God's work and taking hope to the world. Congratulations.
Congratulations, Pastor. I want to thank you for being in partnership with you through ministry. We have worked together and we have grown together, and you have grown magnificent. But I want to remind you, these 30 years, 1 second or 1 minute after the 30 years is complete, then you will have the longest tenure or pastorate of the Good Hope Missionary Baptist Church, because Pastor Kimball had 30 even. I want to thank you for allowing me to be in partnership with you as we worked together in ministry. The opportunities that you gave me to be who I was, it was magnificent. I can't say enough. Because of biblical counseling, this is how I met the love of my life. If you can remember, I told you that I had no problem going to school, but I had a problem doing all of this work. And that's when you suggest that I would use your administrative assistant. I don't know if you remember what I told you when I told you that that I was getting married. And you asked me, who? And I pointed to the door, the room outside, because she was working right outside in the office. And you said, you lying. And after you got out there, then you congratulate me. But it has been the most wonderful thing that ever happened to me. And I want to thank you for assigning me to the counseling ministry, because through the counseling ministry, we had times to discuss, we had time to develop a friendship, and we had time to decide that we needed to be together. And it's the best thing that ever happened to me in my life.
To us.
So I thank you.
Congratulations, Pastor. We love you, and we're here for you.
When we had the high school and the elementary school here, he was asking me to do some things with the students that most people thought was impossible. And one thing was just to get them to get along and not fight and act like kids in school. We had a basketball game with the staff against the students. So all students came to see the staff get beat. And they all got to wear pajamas that day too. And when I told him that, he was like, uh-oh, pajamas. Did they come appropriate? Like, he just had all these expectations that weren't necessarily good. He wasn't sure what to think. And when we got to the gym and he saw them acting like high school children, students, having a great time, loving on each other, really enjoying each other's company, and all of them came to school that day, his eyes welled up. And he was so happy and overjoyed. At one kid particularly that he was really excited to see on the stage, kind of leading the pack. And it was a kid that prior to that day told him he wanted to kill himself. And that day he saw him up there dancing and leading the group on singing and dancing. And he saw all the kids just being high school kids. And it was good for me, because after that he kind of left me alone. He's like, I think you know what you're doing. You got this. I'm out. I'll never forget the day to see him, how filled he was. He was so overjoyed with just seeing the kids being kids and having a good time here. So it was a great day. I'll never forget it. He's so proud of everybody that works for him. If every day there's a different conversation about a different person on his team. And, you know, he talks a lot about who's holding his ladder. And I think he wouldn't be able to do the things that he's doing without the people that are holding his ladder. So I just ask that all of you continue to do the work that you're doing and helping him, because he has about at least 10 more ideas in his head on top of the 5 things that you all are actually working on right now. I want to encourage him to take it easy sometimes, you know, and take care of himself so he can do all those 15 things. It's just really exciting to see and hear what God is doing with him. During the pandemic, he talked a lot about the things he wanted to do, the things he hadn't done, that he wanted to do, the things he'd like to get done. And he said and listed them all out. And he's currently doing all of them. So I'm just really super proud of the focus that he has and the work that he's putting in and the lives that he's changing. I'm just glad to be a part of it. I mean, he's my best friend, so it's kind of cool to kind of hang out with him and see a person that you love so much really, I guess, meet their own expectations and fulfill the goals that they put in front of them in such a short period of time.
Pastor Cofield, we honor you today, not only for your professional achievements, but for the profound impact you have made in our lives. Your legacy is one of love, faith, and unwavering commitment to the betterment of all of those around you. We are deeply grateful for the cherished memories, the endless inspiration, your genuine transparency, and the boundless motivation that you've provided. Your remarkable dedication to always going the extra mile to ensure everyone's well-being has touched us all. Thank you for being a beacon of light in our community and in our hearts. We celebrate you today and your 30 years of unwavering service and significant impact on our lives. Here's to many more years of inspiration, guidance, and love.
Happy anniversary, Pastor. Thank you so much for being who you are.
Happy anniversary, Poppy. We love you.
Happy 30th anniversary, Pastor.
Happy anniversary, Dad. I love you.
I love you. I thank you so much for being who you are, and I look forward to many more.
Happy 30th anniversary.
Thank you, brother. Congratulations. Happy 30th anniversary.
Happy 30th anniversary, Pastor Cofield.
Keep up the good work. I'm right here with you, ride or die, no matter what. I'm not going anywhere. We can get this done. I look forward to the next 30, as everybody's saying. I just can't imagine what God has for us, but I'm excited to see. I can't wait. Love you.